All right, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers. They find themselves in the news. Look, this Packers team, we all know it. They've got a lot of talent on both sides of the ball, but they're going to go as the quarterback position goes. And of course, right now, the man behind QB1 is none other, as we all know, Jordan Love, doing a lot of great things so far. But the Packers actually recently made a huge move for the quarterback position that I think could pay big dividends for them come regular season time.
Yeah, Nick, the move the Packers made behind Jordan Love, I think is really special. I think it's a very interesting pickup here and just shows that this team is really thinking about the future. I think LaFleur and co. really got it right on this one. But before we get into all that, I want to ask the Green Bay Packers fans in the comment section below a little bit different question today. There's been a lot of speed on this Packers team throughout the history, but I want to know in the comments section below, who is the fastest Green Bay Packer of all time? There's a specific corner I think of who's pretty speedy. A lot of other players on this team who had a little quickness to them, but let us know in the comments below, who's your favorite Green Bay Packer of all time? But Nick, let's get on into it. What's going on down in Green Bay?
Yeah, so obviously all the stories in Green Bay this offseason have been predicated on what Jordan Love is going to do his first year as the full-time starter. Obviously, that's where the attention is and should be. But I think one of the more neglected positions until now has been the backup quarterback position. And I think the Packers made a huge move in that regard. We've got a story from NBC Sports. Mize, if you can throw it up, I will read from it. Okay, from the report, the Packers are reportedly adding a quarterback to their roster ahead of training camp. USFL MVP Alex McGough worked out for the team on Tuesday, and Aaron Wilson of KPRC reports that he will be signing to their 90-man roster. Packers rookies will report to camp on July 21st, and the full squad is due to report on July 25th. McGough led Birmingham to a second straight USFL title while throwing for 2,104 yards and 20 touchdowns this spring. He also played for Birmingham last year, and he has spent time with the Seahawks, Jaguars, Texans without appearing in a regular season game. Fifth-round pick Sean Clifford out of Penn State and Danny Etling are the other backup quarterback candidates in Green Bay as Jordan Love prepares for his first season as the Packers starting quarterback. All right, Miles, I think this was a great addition by the Green Bay Packers. And here's my opinion on this, but I'm curious what your thoughts are on the other side as well. One of the things that when a team like the Green Bay Packers, you got a young guy, you got a lot of talent. We know they're going to be in the thick of playoff contention. There's a lot of hype behind the Lions. We all hear it, but the Lions, they're not the Philadelphia Eagles, right? They're not a super team. The Minnesota Vikings, I think they're still going to be solid, but they're not going to be as good record-wise as they were last year. They were a little bit of a fraud last year. I think the Bears are going to be better, but they're obviously not elite either. So what I'm getting at is this division is going to be brutal. It's just going to be a jam-packed race right there in the middle where 9-10 wins probably gets you the division title, gets you into the playoffs. A lot of times what happens in these situations is your quarterback just happens the way it is. It's the NFL will miss a game or two due to injuries. And when you're in those situations, I want a gamer as my backup quarterback. I want a guy who's been in big moments. Look, I know Magoo's talking about the USFL, right? Obviously, that's not the NFL. But he has played in championship football games. He has played in playoff football games. He's played in do or die games and has excelled and brought his team to victory. I would not be surprised if Jordan Love misses time this season due to an unfortunate injury. And look, it happens. It's football. If they rely on McGough to pull out a key victory to keep the Packers in the playoff contention, I think this is a great decision by the Packers. I like Etling as I think he's a cool guy. He's got a great story, but he's a practice squad career guy. Sean Clifford's a rookie. We have no idea what he's going to bring. I love the Packers bringing in a gamer to help fill the backup role for them as, of course, they prepare for Jordan Love to be their starter. But all right, Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this move and just everything with the Packers right now.
Yeah, Nick, I like the move because Magoo's a very interesting player to me. This is a guy obviously had a lot of experience in the USFL, back-to-back championships, as we said. He was an MVP, as we said. So that's very interesting. But when we go back to his college career over at Florida International, this guy, he did pretty good his first two seasons. But that last season, that 2017 season in Florida International, he did really, really good, Nick. He graded out at a 90.3 overall grade per PFF his final season at Florida International. This guy was dynamite in that regard. He really littered the short and intermediate passing games with completion upon completion. He was unstoppable in that, right? 65% completion percentage on the season, thrown 17 touchdowns. This guy was really, really solid in those regards. So I think this is a guy who has a lot of experience. He has success at the college level, although they weren't really playing, the best teams in the world. Once again, like we said, competition level. But they do play tough teams, like Central Florida is one that they play. Pretty tough team. So I think that he has enough competition that he's played against to prove it. So I think this is really intriguing. I'm excited because training camp's right around the corner, and this is the kind of guy that'll surprise you. No, there's no way he takes Jordan Love's starting job, But this is a guy that could sneak in there and easily be the backup to Jordan Love and give you a lot of confidence in that position because he's had championship experience at some level. He's been in those big moments because no matter what you say, those moments still are pretty hard to stomach if you have never been there before. So this is a guy that can come in. Starting his first NFL game probably won't be as undertaking now that he has gone through some USFL championships.
And Miles, there's another factor to this too. I think he's also a great guy to push Jordan Love. Like you said, he's not going to take his job. But people forget Jordan Love is kind of treated as if he's a rookie in the media, and maybe the Packers need to bring in a veteran guy who's been there before, a guy in his 30s. Jordan Love's been in the NFL for a number of years now, right? He's not a rookie. He knows his way around the block. The best backup for Jordan Love right now is a guy who's basically his peer, a guy who can challenge him, a guy who's at the same level, a guy who's willing to go out there and make some aggressive plays, a guy who knows how to be a little bit of a gunslinger at times, but also manage the game in terms of practice situations and things like that. The backup for Jordan Love shouldn't be a rookie who's just struggling to make the roster. The backup shouldn't be a guy who's just hoping to catch on to the practice squad yet again. His backup should be a gamer. And that's what I love about this, because when Jordan Love goes out in practice and his number 2 man completes a ball down the field, a challenging throw, and is aggressive, that will force him to step up his game as well. So no matter how you look at this is just a great move by the Packers in case Jordan Love goes down, but I think this is going to be a big help for Love as well.